Hi, I'm Dr. Denise O'Neill Green, and I'm the executive editor of Institutional Diversity blog. And today I'm going to share with you 5 ideas towards resistance so that we can strive forward in a hopeful way. The path I want for you all is one of self-empowerment and agency. Resistance is defined as the refusal to accept or comply with something, or the act of preventing or using action to push back against a barrier. Resistance is what you need to do to push back to survive and ideally thrive. It is the actions you take to resist white supremacy and oppression. So my 5 points on resistance are the following. Number 1, be mindful and control your media consumption. I encourage you to be mindful and careful about your media consumption of news related to racial injustices happening around the world, but also graphic images, videos, news, etc. that are being replayed constantly online and especially through social media. The thirst for new information and constant updates is a real phenomenon of our time. And while there is a great deal of importance of having video footage in our call for justice, these videos are often mentally and emotionally traumatizing, especially if they depict murder. The rampant sharing of these videos is dehumanizing, and I argue it shows how little Black lives are valued. If you are choosing to consume media, let it be your choice to engage deliberately rather than passively. Many times I even turn away until the piece has finished or advanced the video. Create boundaries for when you do so, and if you must, take a pause to ask yourself how it will serve you and what you will do afterwards to take a break from what you have witnessed. Point number 2, protect your personal boundaries. Be mindful of who you are engaging with, letting in, and what questions you are being asked to answer. Many non-Black members of society are experiencing an awakening to the systemic oppression that has long existed. As with the point about finding a community, surrounding yourself with a community of people who will validate your lived and living experiences, people who will show up and who will not put the emotional labor all on you to teach them or show them the way towards change. Number 3, build capacity for change by helping others. By helping others who are similarly hurting, you can help yourself. Studies show that helping others give us a sense of purpose, satisfaction, and connection. This is especially important in the time of COVID-19. Recent research also suggests that helping others regulate their emotions can help us regulate our own emotions, decrease symptoms of depression, and ultimately improve our emotional well-being. By taking on a role such as a mentor, a coach, or peer to young Black folks who are struggling to understand the world, you can make a positive impact that can ripple throughout your community. Number 4, understand how racism is derived and how it shows up in our society. Increasing your racial literacy and taking on self-study, be that reading books, listening to podcasts, watching documentaries featuring Black civil rights leaders and activists, is a way that you can better understand the world around you and learn about how racism is derived, shows up in our society, and key historical frameworks that have lasting legacy. This could include, but not limited to, your own internal oppression. As people of color are victimized by racism, we internalize it sometimes. That is, we develop ideas, beliefs, actions, and behaviors that support and collude with racism and white supremacy. Much like white people in their communities result in white privilege and for some, white superiority. For racialized people, this can result in an internalized sense of larger society beliefs that they are racially inferior. Moreover, that their status or ill treatment in society is deserved and natural because of their race. By better understanding the way in which oppression plays out in our society, institutions, and individuals, you can better understand your own lived experience. And number 5, the most important, all I can say here is continue to be hopeful. According to Cornel West, hope enacts the stance of the participant who actively struggles against the evidence in order to change the deadly tides of wealth inequality, group xenophobia, and personal despair. Only a new wave of vision, courage, and hope can keep us sane and preserve the decency and dignity requisite to revitalize our organizational energy for the work to be done. To live is to wrestle with despair, yet never allow despair to have the last word. And so that's my last word on the topic of resistance. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye.